So far,
With each
kind of
step,
surprising myself with
I forge my destiny among the stars.
how easily we're overcoming these boss fights, quote unquote, on Unfair.
This task should have been accomplished easily.
Damn it. Because usually, based on my experience with Owl games, Pathfinder specifically, that game made me lose my fucking mind with the amount of times I had to reload. And genuinely, I don't think it's a game you'd want to stream on Unfair.
Duty prevails.
Yes, I threw past the check.
Lesson learned.
Okay.
Oh, the irony.
Surely one of you will pull it off.
I
Or that
failed.
be-
Nothing's impossible for this
There we
old
go.
officer.
But yeah, Kingmaker, I've played that game. I cheesed my Unfair playthrough with a bunch of sorcerers.
Know your duty.
6 sorcerers. Pathfinder, though, was a true fucking pain. I've tried various builds, like the mounted combat build, the sorcerer's build. Eventually I settled with a Scard, or a Scald, whatever they're called. And I don't remember the rest of it, but that made it much more tolerable. Still, I had to reload a lot. But anyway, back to this. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I received several messages from different decks complaining about anomalous behaviors in the ship's cogitators and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tech litany or ritual of pacification can rid them of this obscenity? I don't know. The tech priests can deal with the vessel systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change the assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freeze as if in a trance. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cogitator calculations or have some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Oh, don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut, a lumen starts flickering. Folk have grown used to all that, so our resident ghost has decided to up the ante, I'm telling you. Things only going to get worse from here. That's very reassuring. The technomats inspected the servitors and concluded they posed no danger. According to the servants of the Omnissiah, such behavior is caused either by the echoes of minds not completely eliminated or by manifestations of the machine spirits. Nevertheless, the faulty servitors make the crew's task considerably more difficult. A high factotum, Janus Danrock, would like to discuss how he should deal with defective property. He is waiting for your audience. Okay. So, I'm just gonna quick save since we are about to start some kind of scene. Or we'd have to make a decision, so... Okay. Pleasure to see you, Captain. How may I be of assistance? Victus informed me about the problem of the servitors. What happened? You see, your lordship, ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. Okay. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments, pending your decision. I shall take a look at these servitors, but not right now. I wish to take a look before deciding their fate. Let's do that. Oh god. Okay. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position that they assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in a long spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay, their bodies jerked into motion all as one, as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons. But then the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. We awaited the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship Magnus took several steps toward the servitors, demanded a report of the defective units, ordered that one of the servitors be disassembled and its components investigated. Turned to me to announce his decision. Okay, let's see the status first. The technomats' long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances do not call for their termination. Okay. Well, we could sacrifice one, I guess, right? A group of technomats hurried to act upon the Lord Captain's command. The servitors' mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. The sutures between its wrinkled, pale flesh and its augments were laid distinguishably bare. We watched the technomats do their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscles, abounding with valves and cavities pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and analysis complete, the technomats concurred the unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I should make note of one more thing. At that moment, all of us present discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were now shaking too. It was as if the mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial terror. Okay, I think they're... what's the word? Sentient? Or something? Okay, well, let's approach them. Immediately the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place, and after a moment's thought, waved his hand, and the servitors just as synchronously repeated the gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, or a wave of a hand, or step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. Okay. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute, until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. And we can examine them or step away. Let's examine them. As High Factotum, it was I who had prompted that entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitor's pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly, their bulging veins and pulsating under their copper collars, inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors. Oh shit. Okay. Bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used functioned properly and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half-machines and half-people, the Lord Captain. Okay, we have a heretical option. But we are full dogmatic right now. Suddenly drew an iridescent blade, one I had not seen before, and as if following some unheard command, plunged it into the nearest servitor. Stepped away, turned to announce his decision. Okay, perfect. We want to stick to dogmatic, so let's see what that is. To send the servitors back to toil as they had toiled before, for they had not yet paid their dues for the crimes of their past lives and thus did not deserve clemency. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. +3. On the Lord Captain's orders, the servitors were to return to the same decks where they had to work before. The crew was initially unnerved by their presence, but adapted to their quirks soon enough, especially since, following the incident in question, there was no noticeable reduction in the servitors' strange behavior. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. Alright, well, we got something out of it at least, which is the dogmatic points, right? We still can't shop because we have no access to a faction yet. What else do I have going here? The ship requires an engineer. That's Pascal. The crew losses suffered. That's done in footfall. Okay. Let's push. I think we should unlock this. This is the Navy, isn't it? What we have here, Lord Captain, it's not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up in there on purpose. It is not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship. At this point, somebody sure went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to the hull and debris, whatever the fuck that is. That's too long for me. Of several compartments. Oh, there is an incoming transmission now. Hear us. The Vox transmission hisses. Do not require assistance, Pete. Do not require assistance. Copy. Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? War protects. Lord Captain, I'm told our ogres cannot determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there is an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within an asteroid field near the Ricadiphilia colony, and that is refusing help. Which, not to put too fine a point on it, has not yet been offered to them. True. Can we establish communication? Let the vessel identify itself. Yes, Lord Captain, the connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourself. Do not tell we are done for. I'm pretty sure this is the Navy, but why are they acting cowardly? This is Thunderfang. We are a merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are a private chant vessel. A merchant vessel, of course they are. Damn my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Why, I don't know. What if? Certainly not. Our vessel is badly damaged. It's preventing the correct Indian identification. We assure you, McFull merchant vessel. Thunderfang does not require aid. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged. What happened to you? Okay, I skipped, but we were just fine, minding our own business, straight out of the blue, and opened fire. Miracle could get away, Emperor protected us, and then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. Our folks are left without help. We never got to them. Thunderfang, now stop playing games and explain again what your business is here. And this time I highly recommend the truth. Okay. Happy now? What have you done, idiot? It is too late now. Do you copy? We're from the Fellow of the Void. Okay. They're not the Navy, but it is one of the factions. We did not come here to loot, on a different business to help our own out of jail. Do not hurt, at least we already had our Cronus cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of goods. In case you are unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozens pirates factions in the Cronus Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have vox conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you, although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions. The Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you'll find dealings with them acceptable, especially in this situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Our first heavy armor. I would like that very much. A flamer. We already established that Argenta is going to be a sniper, but I'm just going to grab it. The wearer's range attack decreases the dodge. Okay, this is good. This is good for Argenta. I'll cook up everything, but let's see if it's worth getting rep with these guys yet. We'd like some of those. When the wearer kills an enemy in the 1 cell radius with a shot, they gain 1 resolve until the end of combat. If the wearer's range attacks hits an enemy, the wearer gains +5 bonus to critical hit chance for the next range attack against the same enemy. Nothing too incredibly useful. Okay. Oh, okay, this is good. But we need to get it to 3, apparently. I'm not going two-hander, so we don't care about that. I'd like this, though. So let's see what we can offer. That will take us to 1. Okay. We'll just grab the medkits. The nades. And we don't have the profit factors for the next stuff. But we'll pick this. Okay. Cool thing about this game is, as I said, there is no money. The only thing that matters is reputation and your profit factor, which can... well, you're recruiting mercenaries, actually... Okay, -2 for the entire playthrough, I guess, but it should be easy to crank up, especially later, once I get to Act 2 and all that. Okay, this won't be fine, but let us also add these to the cargo. Apparently we don't have heavy armor yet. Proficiency. He does, though. So he'll wear it for now. Okay. And we want to add more shit to the cargo. Argente's bolter sucks. Actually, wait. Why did I... Okay. We don't have many axes, so we'll just keep it. These are the shitty axes. Okay. Oh right. We want that on her. Then more med kits on our tanks. You can't do that, apparently. Some on you then. And that's that. Okay. Let's try to trade one more time. Okay, 800. Cool, okay. Can grab an extra item. Dodge reduction, so we can actually land more hits. We'll grab it. I mean, it's kind of free shit, right? But what do we have going for this guy? She is not going to be a melee person. Yeah, well, we're not going to use it, but we'll keep it on our person, right? We've already been here. What is this? Already explored. Yeah, our only option now is this. And if my memory serves, this is where we recruited Pascal. A person I intend to bring with me at all times. I prefer him over Adara, really. Okay. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. Okay. You raise your head with a short, "Someone else is here," and you're steady. You stand up and you stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship's bridge, and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? We are the enforcers posted to stand guard. It matters not, you are alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if of its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Conrad, slip into your hand. The metal is searing cold, the dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Kneel before the rogue trader, your lives belong to me. Stop, I did not wish for any of you to die. Step back, or else. The dead only draw closer. And closer. And your fingers involuntarily tighten around the shard, its sharp edge cutting into your palm. An unbearably bright light floods everything around you, and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and an intricate weapon. Okay. A skillfully crafted sword with the strange, unnerving proportions. A curved design and an unusual hilt adorned with image of a closed eye. The tapestry is woven, the path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. I am the sword's master, not its servant. Remember that. Throw the demon blade away. Never. Okay, we are going full dogmatic, so we probably won't play with demon shit, right? Resisting your fate is futile. You awaken from the vision, kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat, and with a sour taste in your tongue. Kinky. Your head is ringing, and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. Oh, we lost the shard. Interesting. And we failed the quest. But I think you can only complete the quest anyway if you do heretical playthrough. Which I don't intend this time, so. You would rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaken hand for your Vox and call for a servitor. Now you just have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. Okay. Interesting. Alright, that's that. How much time do I have? Okay, I have about 2.5 hours to try to finish the planet I'm about to visit. Do I have anything else that we need to do? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Okay, once more, I'm just gonna save manually in case something goes wrong. And in an unfair playthrough is bound to happen, you know? Alright. The starship greets you with the din of ordnance and the smell of explosives. Alright. Halt, weapons on the ground, or I'm firing. Alright, so our skies are in lockdown, the rebels are shooting down anything that flies, and you just happen to land in our rear without a scratch to show for it. And on a shuttle like that, where did you get it? Stolen from the palace, isn't it? Grab 'em, lads, we've got ourselves a rebel landing force. By the Holy Throne, what is this mess? They are in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. Okay. Abelard, enlighten this rabble about the proper manner of greeting the God Emperor's chosen. We'll go with that one. You stand before the rogue traitor von Valencius, you ignorant worm. Snap to attention this instant and give his lordship a formal report. My mistake, sir, at once. The starport is under the control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter commanders. What? Whoa. What the fuck? Oh, he died. A frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shit. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching to the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily stays an army prayer for the dead. Pardon me, sir. Sergeant Lassie? Malger reporting. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve? What is going on here? Unrest, sir. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower levels sparked, then it went up the spires. They hit the Vox hubs and the arsenals, the mag train stations. Then Felix tore off his mask, precisely because he knew about the trouble on Reichardt Minoris. He knew that none of our allies would come to our aid. You may continue your report, peasant. Alright, Cassius. Very aristocratic of you. My unit was here and when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priest linked to satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Reichardt Majoris. Why do they always complicate simple terms, you know? The governor took precautionary measures in order to increase security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double the warden details. The alarm was raised. Oh. Be unfair to the game, make it know who is dealing with big brain moves. Will do. I mean, that's the intention. That's the intention. Hold on. Welcome, Andy, by the way. I'm going to move the chat a little bit because I think this would be a better place. Hopefully. Okay. The alarm was raised and we were sent to secure the store port. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. By the way, I thought you would sleep more. Do you have school today? Or? They're crushing us. The scumbags. It's been a whole turn since the last reinforcements came in. We're running low on ammo. Every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out of here any minute. Who are you anyway? What caused this rebellion? How can some pathetic rebellion be cause enough for such a lackluster welcoming ceremony in honor of the rogue trader's arrival? It is an insult. You are doing fine work. Your troops, it is people like you that hold the Imperium together. Yeah, let's just encourage the guy, yeah? They live to serve. Some dirty dog nearly shot my shuttle. Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? I don't know, sir. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at the headquarters. Lordship, sir. Heading out, yes. Alright, man. Drive safe. And, thanks for coming by. Just don't watch the stream and drive, you know? Just wanted to say hi. Yeah, it's appreciated. It's good to see some activity in the chat finally. Okay. Let's see the governor. Fire may report, sir, as long as the rebels keep shooting their damned anti-aircraft battery. There is absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assigned all the available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will voxcast orders to them to wait for you, and I'll inform headquarters they better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know the same hand that salutes you might falter in darkness. Rank and Paluets? How do you say this? I don't know. Won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around these fancy words you're saying. True. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight till my last. Okay. We'll go with that. Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands.